seems like you can...
Sure.
Do you want to land here?
Yeah.
Oh, my darlings, just look at your clothes. Something dreadful must have happened.
You don't know the half of it, Miss Paulina. Do you mind if we rest here for a while?
Of course, of course. Make yourself at home.
We should be safe here for a while. Thank you again, Mr. K. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't saved us.
The action was consistent with my nature.
How do you mean?
I am not entirely sure. The relevant entries appear to be missing from my memory banks.
You're one of those witnesses, right? Do you know Paulina and Buki?
Buki? Oh, right. That's me. It's nice to meet you, dearie. For the first time?
I do detect something familiar about them, but I cannot recall our specific relationship.
Me neither. Although there's at least one thing we know for sure. I was definitely not your stylist. Although I wouldn't mind finding out who was.
While I appreciate all the catching up, I think we should allow Crisbell and her friends to sleep.
Thanks, Matthias. I'll resume in the morning. Alright, that's enough rest. We still need to get those mineral samples to Mr. Rojo at the cathedral.
If that is where you're headed, then I shall accompany you.
Great! I knew we could count on you, Kay.
What exactly makes you want to follow us around?
I have unfortunately lost the data that was supposed to be stored in my memory banks. I will need to begin accumulating replacement knowledge about the world as I search for the cause. I am certain I was created with a purpose. I wish to discover what it was.
So, you want to find out more about who you are and why you lost your memories?
I suppose that makes sense. Just try not to get in our way.
There is no need to worry. I have significant combat capabilities.
Have a safe trip, my darlings. Feel free to come back anytime.
Isn't Rojo waiting for us in the cathedral? Monsters! What are they doing here?
They must have found their way here from deeper in the mines.
This will serve as a good opportunity for me to demonstrate my capabilities. My style of combat is different than that of a typical human. My body is constantly being supplied with crystal energy, so I do not use mana. I have great speed and stamina, allowing me to strike many times whenever I attack an enemy. However, whenever I attack or use a skill, my heat level rises. As it rises, I become stronger, but there is also a risk of overheating my systems. Let us proceed to a demonstration. Press the button each time I begin to glow to trigger additional attacks. You did... Whenever I attack or use acid right, I also possess the ability to change the positions of enemies. By using my juggle skill, I can move this enemy to the other side of the battle. let me demonstrate my impact strikes. For this attack, press the button repeatedly. Try to keep the indicator in the yellow area for maximum damage. Now, let us finish disposing of these errant monsters.
Hello, Mr. Rojo. We brought the mineral water.
Well, I see you're as good as your word. It's nice to see that someone around here is.
How long do you think the repairs will take?
I don't imagine it should be too long. Just hold on tight. And there we have it. Good as new.
This is impressive handiwork.
It worked! The mural is fixed!
Crisbel, why don't you try approaching the altar now?
It's working!
That leaves just 2 more cathedrals to visit. One in Cinder and one in Crystallis. Although, I think we still have a little bit of unfinished business here.
Uncle Wilhelm, there you are.
Oh, hi, Risa. What are you doing here?
She just said she was looking for me. What is it, Risa? Is everything okay?
Not exactly. A memorial service for Mom is about to start. But I'm worried that our dear Auntie Rollis is going to try something. Lucio and I haven't found any concrete evidence to use against her yet. But after what we all saw in the museum, I just know she had something to do with Mom's death.
I see. Crisbel, I knew Gladys for a long time. She was more than just a close friend. She was like a sister to me. I'd really like to attend this memorial service, and maybe we can help straighten out whatever's going on with them.
Say no more, Maestro. We understand. And Risa, of course will help. Great! The memorial service is being held at the Orowitz Mansion on the north side of town. I'll see you all there.
I recognize some of these things. Normally when I pass by a city, all the people and things have disappeared into the flow of time.
Maybe this is a strange question, Mr. K, but does that mean you don't have any friends?
I have had many friends, but it is not the same with me as it is with you. Once I really know a person, that is enough for me. Then I move on.
That sounds really sad.
I don't feel that way. After all, humans have such short lives that there are always new people to know.
another Sindarian. In Tulira?
What? Sorry, I was just...
Slow down. Take a breath. Or pass out, I suppose.
I'm so sorry. I was just...
Looking at Joseph?
What? No!
Is it only for those with eyes? You've clearly been staring at him.
Ignore him. So, you're in love with Joseph?
Shh! He might hear us!
Doubtful. He appears to be as focused on himself as you are on him.
No! That's not how Joseph is! At least, he didn't used to be. What do you mean? We were very close when we were little. He was actually the only one who treated me nicely when I got here.
Well, he was my student. I suppose I can talk to him. But that's not the Joseph I remember.
I know he's changed, but deep down, he's got to be the same person. It's just that ever since his mother died, It's all that Oroitz's woman's fault. She even stole my mirror.
Gladys?
No! Miss Gladys was so supportive of him. Of us. I mean, Rawless.
I see.
Fear not! What nobler cause could there be than true love? We'll help you. It's our sacred duty.
Sacred duty? Humoring a lovesick girl whose notable skills include staring at people for an uncomfortably long time and misplacing mirrors? Stop. Things never get better when you speak. I'll go talk to Joseph. It's been a long time, Joseph.
Master Wilhelm, you're back? Are you tutoring anyone else? Risa could certainly use some help. She's been worthless since Mother died.
Huh. Has she also forgotten her manners? Or is that just you?
Whatever. What do you want?
From you? It appears you have nothing of any worth to give. Unfortunate.
Then go away, fool. Who asked you to come back anyway?
You can't.
Stop, boy. Words won't work. However, there might be something we can find to help change his attitude.
But where do we start?
Saul said Joseph hasn't always been this way. Especially not with her. Perhaps we should see for ourselves.
An excellent idea. To the past I go.
Joseph, stop that! Why are you treating Saul that way? That's not like you.
But Mother, she's a Sindarian. The twins were mocking me for being friends with her.
It doesn't matter where she's from. You know that. And since when do you pay attention to what they think anyway? Ignore all of that. Do you like this girl?
I do. A lot.
Then stop being such a ridiculous brat and go to her. Here, give her this.
A mirror?
A very special mirror. If you focus, it can show you a vision of the future.
It's not working. Wait. I see. We look happy together.
You see? Now, if you're quite done being so profoundly foolish, I suggest you go find that girl.
He used to be a nice kid.
So it seems. Still, something is missing. And where's that mirror? I want to have a look at it.
That must be the mirror Soul said Rawless took. I think it's the mirror we found.
Interesting. From what we've heard, the mirror was imbued with powerful magic. In its current state, though, it's worthless. It needs to be repaired.
We could ask Rojo.
No good. He's got his hands full repairing the mural.
Then what about his son? Rohizo, I think it was?
Cris Bell's right. Maybe we should try talking to him.
Then let us speak with Rohizo.
Oh, you're the outsiders that Dad gave the tools. What can I do for you?
Hello, Rohizo. We were wondering if you could help us fix this mirror.
I'm not as skilled as Dad, but I'm pretty good with glass. Let me take a look. Interesting. It's not like anything I've ever seen, but it's familiar. I think I've read about this in a book before. Is this a magic mirror?
Correct. You're well versed in T.W.Robsgaming artifacts. Do you think you can repair it?
I have most everything here, but I remember thinking you would need something peculiar to create a mirror like this. So, to fix it, you'd need that too. What was it?
I suspect you're thinking of rainbow water.
Rainbow water? Yes, exactly. I had forgotten.
Wonderful. What you have forgotten is only the single most important component. However, let me give you some insight.
Oh no. Here's worry.
Agua Prisma, or rainbow water, is a crucial component in the creation and repair of certain objects imbued with time magic. Because the rainbow water itself is infused with the magic of the mineral pools, it is uniquely suited to contain the powerful time energies required.
Oh, interesting. So, can you get some of that stuff?
Indeed. We already gave your father the samples he required. Getting more will be no trouble.
Great! I'll get everything ready, and we can start when you bring back the sample.
Seems like you can.
Sure.
Do you want to land here, Cris?
Yeah.
So, we need a sample for Rohizo, right?
Yes. I think one will be enough.
This should be no problem. Just let me at it.
That's it.
This sample should do for Rohizo.
My young friends.
What is it? Look out!
PS5 objects to our presence.
But we're not the bad guys. Why do we always have to fight monsters?
This is their home. We're trespassing. Uninvited, tramping around, making a mess. Is it such a mystery? Here, we're the monsters.
Well, when you put it like that.
I used small words. It helps. And try to remember, there are two sides to every battle. Neither thinks they're the bad guys.
Should we not return to Rohizo now?
Yeah, let's go. I don't want to be the monster here.
Seems like you can use the shoe.
Sure.
Do you want to land here, Cris?
Yes.
Rohizo, we have your water sample.
Just in time. That's all I need to finish the repairs. Give me a second. There you go. As good as new.
Impressive work.
I might not be as good as my dad, but I know my way around these things.
Thanks a lot, Rohiz.
Now, let's go see if we can talk some sense to that Joseph guy.
You again? What now?
Well, as your old mentor, I wanted to give you something. A reminder of the old days. When you were less... this.
What a joke. And how do you figure? Wait. Is this
What do you see?
my future? I'm alone. And she's alone.
Yes. That's because currently, you're an ass, and she's a fool. Things will need to change. You'll need to stop being such an ass. This, in turn, will prevent her from being a fool for thinking you're worthwhile. Or continue being insufferable. You'll die alone. More tragically, so will she. Your choice.
I don't.
Tell her how you feel. Who cares if she's a Sindarian? What does anyone else's opinion really matter?
You're right. After my mother died, I was lost, rudderless. I needed someone, anyone I could find, to give me guidance.
I assume you found Rallis?
She appeared out of nowhere, just when I needed her most. She rambled about things that only Mom knew. She kept saying that we needed to distance ourselves from some people, unworthy people. The more she talked, the more it made sense that the only people in Tulira who weren't unworthy were us, the Orowitz. We have power, riches, respect, and they all hate us. Everyone.
Not everyone. Not Soul.
She still believes in me?
She believes that there's still good in you.
Of course she would. That's Soul. I've been such a fool.
Agreed. You are an idiot. Now go and apologize to her.
I will. Thank you, everyone. I'll do better. Be better. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to beg for forgiveness.
I remember how she was always kind to everyone in town. She even brought me medicine when I was sick.
Is there something bothering you?
What? Oh, please, don't bother me. I'm working on something extremely important.
It better be pretty important if you're gonna talk to my friend like that.
Sweetheart, what I'm doing will change the future of Never T.W.R forever!
That does sound important, I guess.
It is, darling. If you insist, I'll tell you about it. I'm going to change how our floats are designed for our annual celebration of the war.
That is literally the least important thing you could have named. I'm not being hyperbolic. There are no less important things than that. None. I almost respect that.
I know! Isn't it amazing? This will be life-changing for everyone in the city. Even better! Since I know I've made such an impression on all you kids, why don't you help me shape that future?
Why? Because doing anything else is empirically more important.
Then you'll do it? Splendid! I asked for ribbons from all over town, but not everyone has given me their contribution yet. If you could all just scoot around to Lyra and grab those for me?
But we...
Time is wasting. Go on, shoot!
But...
Stop. Don't bother, Cris Bell. We've been outmaneuvered. Somehow. Let's just get her ribbons and be done with this.
That sounds magnificent! Let's see! The store owner promised me a ribbon. So did some of the university students. Brandon has the last one. He's by the Central Monument. I'm sure it won't be any trouble for you strapping young heroes. There's even a reward in it for you. Now, scoot! Hello, travelers. I'm here to offer you an assortment of wonderful weapons. Meow.
Hello, Elizabeth. Do you have any decorations for a parade cart? Miss Drina said you had a ribbon for her.
Oh, the decoration Miss Drina asked for, Meow. You're collecting ribbons for her?
You could say that.
Oh, then here you go. Meow. Hello, travelers.
Lady Gladys was always a philanthropist.
Hello? Excuse me, mister. Are you the one that was supposed to give Miss Drina a ribbon for her float?
What? Oh, sorry. Yes, I was supposed to give it to her. Guess I dozed off here instead. Here, you give it to her. It was already enough trouble making the damn thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of things to do.
Hey kids, can you help me out? Excuse you. I've been looking for a ribbon. A pretty ribbon. Something really fancy. I mean, it has to be fabulous, you know?
You amaze me. I mean that.
What he was trying to say is, we're helping Drina decorate her float. She said you promised her a ribbon?
Oh, we completely forgot about that. I'm sorry. Could you please hand this to Miss Drina for us?
Thank you.
That's all of them. Let's return to Drina.
Miss Drina, we've got your ribbons.
Oh, magnificent! Now for the final touches. There we go. It's done! Come on, let's move! This float can't be in the parade alone, right?
Wait, why us?
I'm an artist, not an entertainer. My genius takes place behind the scenes. Anyone can ride the float, and that's you.
I guess it wouldn't hurt. What do you say, Cris Bell?
I suppose we can help Miss Drina with this. What harm could it do?
Then it's settled. On to the show! That was magnificent! People couldn't take their eyes off my float. I knew it would be a hit. It's a new era in parade technology. Soon I'll be the one in charge of the whole parade. Oh, thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you all hadn't played your tiny, almost inconsequential part.
Right. Anyway, you mentioned a reward?
Oh, of course! Here, my gift to you.
Well, I'm certainly glad we were able to help Miss Drina. And riding on that float was kind of fun.
What a curious experience that was. But I cannot deny it was enjoyable.
That's enough reminiscing. We still have more important matters to attend to.
Gladys was a great friend to Wilhelm. We should pay our respects to her, as he said. Shall we make a record of our...
I want to
Ugh, I don't really like being in places this crowded.
They appear to be mourning someone. I have observed this behavior previously.
Gladys must have been a pretty important person. It feels almost like the whole city is gathered here.
She was the head of the Orowitz family. She had a kind heart that cared for everyone, without distinction. And she always put the well-being of T.W.RobsGAMR first. She was a good friend.
Shh, it's starting.
Family and friends, we have come together today to mourn the tragic loss of our beloved matron, Gladys Orowitz. May her soul find peace in the warm arms of the Lady. Lady Gladys was an inspiration to us all. I'm sure we each have many stories of her selflessness and kindness. So today, although we mourn, we should also try to celebrate a life well lived. I ask that everyone please come together, take a moment, and share your happy memories of Lady Gladys with each other. Knowing her, I'm sure she would rather be remembered with smiles than with tears.
So what do we do now?
Let's go talk to Uncle Lucio.
Master Wilhelm, I'm happy you made it. Gladys would have wanted you here.
I'm glad I made it too. Risa let me know what was happening. Have the two of you made any progress on your investigation into Rawlis?
Some. Supposedly she was Gladys's cousin, who had been living abroad. Almost no one here seems to remember her, although both the twins vouched for her. I checked and I was able to find some holdings in her name, but I couldn't find anyone who actually recalls seeing her there. No one saw her kidnap Franny either. If we were to confront her now, it would just be our word against hers. And that's where the trail runs cold, I fear. I would ask Gladys about her, but one can't interrogate the dead.
Maybe there's something I can do to help with that.
How so? What do you mean?
I think that's Lady Gladys I see in the past. I may be able to use time magic to find out what she's saying.
Leave it to me, Cris Bell.
It warms my heart to see the city prospering like this. My children seem to think I'm invincible, but I won't be here to guide them forever. I suppose there's only one thing left to do. Time to go finish that will I've been working on.
I should probably tell Mr. Lucio about this.
Master Wilhelm, did you manage to find a way to open the book?
Indeed. We found the ring and managed to open it.
Wonderful. But could I trouble you with something else?
Of course.
Could you give me that book, please? Huh? That book is the last memory of my dear friend Gladys. I would like to keep it in honor of her.
I suppose it's for the best. You can have it.
Oh dear. Thank you. I want you to have this. Perhaps you'll find greater use for it.
I guess that's all we're going to learn from the book.
Yes. Let's resume following our other priorities.
Oh, is that Professor Wilhelm I see?
I'm
sorry about before, and I believe we haven't been properly introduced. Gladys and I exchanged so many letters over the years that I recognized you instantly. Didn't she have a phrase? A towering intellect in little boys' overalls.
I'm gonna use that.
I have to say, you did an excellent job educating the children. If only Gladys had focused on their manners a little bit more. Anyway, you're welcome to join us during the memorial, but try to not talk too much. It would be rude under the circumstances. I hope you will come by the house for dinner at a more appropriate time.
I definitely will.
Cris Bell, did you learn anything useful?
I think so, Mr. Lucio. Did you know Lady Gladys left a will?
I knew she started working on one, once, but not what became of it. My friends, we now have a special announcement. Lady Rawlis wishes to address the group.
Today is indeed a very sad day.
Hey, that's the bird lady I saw. I think.
But the Orowitz family must move forward. I'm sure that is what Gladys would have wanted. And to that end, we do have some business that needs to be resolved. The family needs to choose a new matriarch. Before her tragic death, my dear sister Gladys made me promise that I would take care of the family if anything happened to her. She was quite insistent that the family fortune be protected and stay within the family. So, it is with a heavy heart that I nominate myself for the role.
That woman kidnapped my Franny.
And she plotted with the Empress.
And she came out of a magic portal and smashed the mural.
And she... Wait, what?
Buki, are you saying you saw what happened?
Yes. No? Maybe. I think. I'm sorry, dearie.
Maybe Rallis disassembled her to prevent her from telling this story.
If we can find the missing components, I think it should be possible to repair her.
Wow, Kay. Talk about being reliable.
Do you know where the rest of your body might be, Miss Buki?
I'm not entirely sure, but I can. There's somewhere salty and dark and full of monsters. Not very pleasant.
That sounds like the depths of the salt mines. Let's go check it out. Just hold tight, Gladys. We won't let this woman ruin your legacy.
Hello, travelers.
Welcome. It's only
That would be...
at your service. I'm not running a charity.
Shall we make a rec?
I want to
The entrance to the mines is to the west, Crispell. Let's go find Buki's missing parts.
Oh, thank you all so much for doing this for me, dearie. Oh, perhaps afterwards I can bake you all some cookies. Some of my parts are right there. Ah, my pearls. Oh, it feels so good to see them again. Once I'm all back together, I'll have to find a proper way to thank you.
Great display, Crispell.
The last time I came to this area, there was no cavern here.
These mines have been around for generations. How often do you pass by these places?
I do not measure my life by the same timescales that you do. It is rare for an event to occur that is interesting enough to merit my involvement.
What would be an example of something that's interesting enough?
For example, when a time mage comes to the lake with the head of a witness in her bag.
Yeah, I hear you, Kay. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing that happens that often.
All right, that's enough chit-chat, everyone. We have a job to do.
Indeed. I can sense the faint signal of a witness down here. It must...
Mining is getting harder with so many monsters lurking around. We're confined to this tiny space.
I'm glad we found it, but it looks like someone's been here recently.
Judging by the blue crumbles, I'd say...
But why would they do that?
A long time ago, there was a group of people in this area who did the same thing. They used the dust for rituals.
How long ago was this?
1,246 years.
I should have known better than to ask.
This seems like a good spot to collect some salt.
Be careful, Crisbell. With delicacy...
There we go.
Let us go look for the other one.
This seems like a good spot to...
Be careful, Cris Bell.
There we go.
Let us go look for the other one.
2 down. We're ready to go.
Shh. Keep your voice down. Something's coming.
Be ready, mages.
Monsters always come for us.
There must be a pattern here.
You want to ponder in the middle of these mines?
Sure. Let's go back to Four Eyes.
hello there.
Oh, there's my body. It's not much to look at, but I am rather fond of it. Oh, thank you so much, children. This whole thing has been such a gosh darn ordeal. Oh, pardon my language.
Let's return to the cathedral. We should be able to reassemble her there.
Crisbell, what do you want to do?
We should rest for a while.
We still have some tents.
Sure.
Crisbell, what do you...
I want to record our
Give me some time, and I will see if I can reassemble her.
Ah, I'm my old self again. Oh, what a relief. Thank you, children.
Miss Spooky, do you remember what happened when you first saw Miss Rawless?
Oh, yes, sweetie. Let me just get my memories back in order. Oh. That's too far back. Wait! Oh. Oh, no.
What is it?
I remember now. 2 people came here. They sprinkled sapphire dust around and chanted some kind of ritual. Then that Rawless woman appeared and said something like, "My resurrection can only be completed by..."
I'll stop you right there.
What?
You again!
Don't be an animal. I'm not here to get my own hands dirty. But I can't allow you to put my client on the spot. It seems like you went to a lot of work rebuilding this machine. I guess I'll let you have some fun with it.
Is she talking about me?
The Empress gave me this device for something else, but I think I'll make use of it here. It makes old technology like this go haywire.
Intruders! I must defend the brood.
Hope you all have fun.
It's going to be nice decorating the cathedral with your bodies.
You can try, you crazy robots.
Careful! The mask seems to be an important part of her fighting style.
Is she dead?
I am not sure that death is the right concept. Her systems have crashed, but she is rebooting.
Enabling startup sequence. Consciousness protocol initialized. Oh, dearie me. What just happened? I'm so sorry.
Buki, are you alright?
Yes, I think so. Maybe.
What about her memories? Buki, do you remember what you were saying about Rawless?
Oh, yes, I remember. She said, "My resurrection can only be completed by trading one life for another." Then the two bird people laid something down in a circle of sapphire dust, and one of them said, "Arvo, I brought it. This is Mom's hairband." There was a flash of light, and then that Rawless lady stepped out of a portal. She laughed, and then she smashed the mural. I tried to stop her, but she tore me apart. I'm sorry, my dears. That's all I can remember.
No. Thank you, Miss Buki. You've been very helpful. Come on, everyone. Let's go tell Risa what we've learned.
Crisbell, what do you want to do?
I want to record our Oh wow, look! It seems like the parade has started.
Indeed it has.
What are they celebrating anyways?
The anniversary of the final battle from the First War. Many people died repelling her first assault on Crystallis. This parade is to honor their memories.
And now, she's building another army and trying again.
Yes. If we don't find a way to stop her, this time it could be even worse.
If she succeeds and that vision comes true, the cataclysm we saw at the lake, most of the world will be destroyed. We have to find a way to stop her.
Shall we make a record of...
I want to record...
Hello, travelers. Hello, travelers. Hello, travelers. I'm here to...
Welcome. It's only
That would be great.
at your... I'm not running a...
You managed to collect the samples?
Sure, boss. We even managed to survive some freaking monsters attacking us.
That's just great. This will be a great start for my investigation. I assure you, this will speed up the process by a lot.
I hope you keep that spirit.
Shall we make a record of our...
I want to record our progress. And that's what happened.
That is quite the story.
I can't believe it. The twins? Arvo and Irva? Involved in some sort of dark magic?
So what if we were? I'm impressed you figured it out. Not that anyone will believe you.
Why would you do something like this?
It must be so easy being you, being Mother's favorite, the obvious heir apparent. Didn't you ever notice how Mother just kept giving away our fortune? To the museum, to the poor, to the refugees. The city prospered even as we were diminished. We needed someone strong to lead the family. That's enough, Arvo. We don't have to answer her. It doesn't matter, Risa. It's too late. Rollis will be the new matriarch, and there's nothing you can do about it.
We need to go tell everybody.
Unfortunately, it's still just our word against theirs.
They do not seem to appreciate the concept of a family the way the other members of the clan do.
We need some sort of hard evidence to prove they are lying.
Crisbell, didn't you say Mom was working on a will? At the memorial service, Rollis claimed that Mom wanted her to take over the family. But if we could find the will and it said something different...
Do you have any idea where she might have kept something like that?
Not really.
I might have an idea. A long time ago, Gladys gave me something for safekeeping. She made me promise not to peek at it. I stored it in a secret compartment in my house. I think there's a chance it could be her will.
Let's go check it out.
This is Gladys's will. Let's hurry up and show Risa.
Shall we make a record of our adventure, Cris?
I want to record...
I'm sorry, Risa, but the majority has agreed. Rallis is to be the new matriarch.
But you can't!
Looks like we made it just in time.
Master Wilhelm and friends, what are you doing here?
We have proof that Arvo and Irva are guilty of conspiring against the Arowitz, and were directly responsible for the death of Gladys.
Oh. I don't suppose you have any proof of that.
Yes. We found Gladys's will.
You what?
Let me see that. This does indeed appear to be Gladys's signature. As to what it says, this part looks like standard legal boilerplate. And then, it is my greatest wish for the Orowitz family to continue using its wealth for the common good. It appears she is leaving most of her wealth to fund renovation projects around the city.
That does kind of sound like Mom.
The rest is to be divided up equally amongst the family members. And that's strange. It appears there's no mention of you at all, Rallis.
That's because...
It's because you're an imposter! A phony! A fake!
Who are you, really?
Who am I? Who am I? I am Rallis! I am the first of the Orowitz blood! I am the one who led this family to greatness!
You're not even half the woman Mom was. And you can't have this family.
All of you are fools! You should have just left well enough alone. If subterfuge won't work, I will take back my legacy by force! You're coming with me, girl!
Risa! Oh no, we need to find her!
Christopher is right. Let's head out into the city and look for... There they are, in the middle of the parade!
This should be the perfect venue to demonstrate my power!
Let me go!
Quiet, little worm. You are about to be made into an example.
We need to hurry up there! We have to stop her!
Wait, Crisbell! This seems dangerous. Are you sure you did everything you had to do?
I'm ready.
You again? Stop getting in my way!
Christopher! Help me!
I'm coming, Risa! You made a big mistake, Rollis. Now you're gonna have to deal with us.
Help! Uncle Christopher! Crisbell!
Silence!
She's draining Risa's life. This must be what she did to Gladys. We have to stop her.
Now you will see what true power is.
We need to get Risa back to the mansion. Well, that was completely insane.
I thought you liked adventure.
It's possible to have too much of a good thing.
I must thank you all for exposing Rollis for what she was. And the twins as well. They will be heading to jail for their crimes.
The Orowitz family owes you all more than a fortune. Is there anything I can give you as a reward? Anything at all?
I wouldn't say no to a date. You know, once this is all over.
You did not just say that to her.
I normally don't date foreigners, but I think you may have earned it.
Interesting. Attraction can even exist cross-species.
You don't owe us anything, Risa. We only did what we thought was right.
Well, there is still one more thing I was hoping to get your help with. Mom's will said she wanted the family money to go towards renovations in the city. You're a time mage. You can see how these things will turn out. Where do you think it would do the most good?
I wouldn't even know where to start. I've never even lived here.
Please, I could really use your advice.
Go on, Crisbell. Help her out.
Well... do you have enough to renovate both the museum and the university? In a lot of ways, they seem to be the twin hearts of this town.
Doing that would take almost everything Mom left, but I think it should be possible.
One place for learning new things, and one place for remembering the old. I think both aspects are important.
Sage advice, Crisbell.
Thank you, Crisbell. That's as good an idea as I'm going to get. Okay, it's time to get to work. And I'd like to say thanks one last time. I can't wait to see you all again when your journey is over.
Same here.
I suppose we should take that as our cue to depart.
So now what do we do?
We must continue our quest. The next cathedral should be in the city of Cinder.
It has been several hundred years since the last time I visited that continent. I am curious to see what has changed.
You were a big help, Mr. K. But are you sure you want to come with us?
Crisbell, don't call him Mister. It's...
Oh, but just calling him K isn't?
I find you to be sufficiently strange to merit my continued involvement.
Hey now, Kay. Be careful who you're calling strange.
Apologies. Perhaps my choice of words. In theory, everyone should be capable of affecting change on the world. Yet, most people seem to live their lives without ever really doing so. I have found you to be different. Although sometimes hesitant, you take action. And your actions affect real change upon the world.
Thanks, I think.
In summary, yes, I will accompany you.
I suppose that's that. Let's head out for Cinder, everybody.
Perhaps Paulina can help us reach our destination. Let us go speak to her.
Hello, travelers. Hello, travelers.
Dad has been very sad lately. I keep telling him we should go back to Cinder.
Shall we make a record?
I want to record.
My diminutive dearies, you're back from Neva Tulira. How did things go?
Actually, it was kind of horrible.
My goodness. I suppose it's not even worth asking what everyone was wearing. So, what's next for my little adventurers?
We need to get to a place called Cinder. Can you take us there?
I'm afraid I can't. I'm terribly sorry, but unlike your new friend there, I can't just wander the world willy-nilly.
Hold on. That's not... No, wait. That is fair and accurate. Please continue.
Thank you, dearie. I'm afraid this is as far as I can go.
We don't have any other way of getting there.
Oh, darling, don't be like that. You're breaking my heart. I guess I could make a small exception.
You wouldn't mind?
Oh, it's not a problem at all, my minuscule adventurers. But only to the beaches of the kingdom. Nothing more, nothing less.
It is settled then. On to Cinder we go.